In this video, I'm going to showcase this character in anime dimensions. This is what I'm using and with no assists or damaging traits. Remember to like the video and subscribe. So, the main points of Rimuru is that their abilities are very weak, they rely a lot on crits, they're very slow, and they don't give any energy. Also doesn't have any movement like a dash or anything, so it's also pretty bad in dimensions, and Rimuru just does not have any good moves at all. So yeah, Demon Lord Rimuru, as you can tell by the title, is literally probably the worst raid character you can buy. Not only is Demon Lord Rimuru really terrible, the raid is also a hell. Alright, so first let's test a Demon Lord Rimuru without a pet. And as you can see, Demon Lord Rimuru does not have like a spam ability. None of the abilities actually reset another ability or makes you able to spam. And they're not fast cooldowns either. They're really slow and I have pretty good stuff. So that's one thing, really slow abilities. And they actually take some time to actually finish, so after you use the ability, it also takes some time for you to finish using the ability. And then it doesn't help that the abilities are really weak as well. Like no ability to use because you can use them so slowly, and once you do use them, they're really weak. Like that's insane. And the fourth ability is just too slow for the damage, man. This fourth ability takes too long. And for people that doesn't even have good stuff, this would be insanely bad because the third ability would basically never crits. And the third ability is useless if it doesn't crit. It's a one-hit combo. It's literally the worst moveset you can have on a character. It doesn't do anything. No damage, no mobility, no spam, nothing. Demon Lord Rimuru got so little damage here. Then I tested Demon Lord Rimuru with Garo. Now, you could probably use Kurumi as well, or any pet. Doesn't matter. Demon Lord Rimuru still sucks. Demon Lord Rimuru really doesn't exceed at anything. They're bad at everything. Damage, just everything. Even with a good pet. Even with the best gear in the game, basically. Demon Lord Rimuru is still gonna be trash. Like, sure, you might be able to get a few more skills in with a good pet. Thing is, you get more of the bad skills, because Demon Lord Rimuru doesn't have a good skill. So, it doesn't really matter. And if you have Kurumi, I think that's gonna be better, because then you can maybe spam the first, second ability a few more times. Here it just resets the cooldown instantly, and you use it once more. I do think that Demon Lord Rimuru is gonna benefit more from the Garo pet, because the other effects, but just in general, to get more skills, Kurumi is probably going to be better. But either way, even with a good pet, this is so low damage. Like, you can't make this up. Demon Lord Rimuru, if you buy Demon Lord Rimuru, you're probably better off just using, like, a gem character that's, like, Power or Misaka or Jojo, or even maybe Naruto the starter. Then I also accidentally entered the speed raid without a pet, so I did think that Demon Lord Rimuru was completely useless, and that this time was insanely trash, but it was just that I didn't have a pet. But even if I had a pet, I don't think I would have gotten a much faster time. Maybe 30% faster, which is actually kind of good. But I don't think it would have been that big of a change, because the moves are just too weak. You can see here, one ability is like 3 million damage or whatever. That's insanely weak. I'm not sure how weak you can get. And in Boss Rush, this is insane. Like, here actually did have the pet. I have the same gear that I had with like Dio and everything. This should be good. I have really good cards. I have really good stuff. But after using all of the abilities, I'm not even killing the first boss. I have to rely on activating the pet to kill the first boss. Like, I have so little damage. I use first, second, third, and fourth abilities. Didn't even kill Alice. And you can see how slow I'm killing Broly right here, because it's just way too weak. It's actually way too weak. The character is in need of a buff if you're gonna use them, and it's not at even close to being a good character. Like, use a gem character, man. In dimensions, I've already mentioned, Demon Reamer does not have a dash move, so the mobility is not there. The AoE is actually okay. The AoE is fine. The thing is, the abilities are way too weak. They don't one-shot, they don't do anything, and the AoE isn't that big to like make up for the damage being low. The third ability could be good if it crits. If it crits, it actually one-shot, and then it's a really good move. But if it doesn't crit, it's kinda useless. The second ability is probably the better one. It has good damage, usually one-shots, good AoE. And the first ability, one-shots sometimes. It's really depending on the crit. And the second ability, like you saw there as well, it's not always gonna one-shot. It really relies on crits. But just in general, this is not dimension clear either. The AoE is there, but the speed and the damage is not there. The Demon Reamer cannot move across through the dimension fast, doesn't kill the enemies fast, and doesn't kill a boss fast. The only thing Demon Reamer got for them is basically the AoE, because they can hit a lot of enemies at the same time. But that's something everyone has, AoE. And the AoE isn't insanely good, it's just good enough to actually hit basically all the enemies. But the thing is, it doesn't matter if they can hit so many enemies if they can't kill any of them. That's the main problem here with Demon Reamer. The damage is way too low. I could see it being okay if they didn't have movement move, or if they didn't have a spam move, or if the energy gain was low, which is all true. But if that's all true and they got no damage, which is the case right here, it doesn't make any sense. The third ability is okay at times when it crits, but that's only when it crits, and most people will not have a high critical chance high enough to make it crit consistently. Most of the time it will not crit, and then it's useless. Same with the other abilities, they're kind of useless without the crits. It's really reliant on the stats to actually be somewhat good, but even if you have good stuff, Demon Reamer sucks. Even if you have good stuff. So just don't buy Demon Reamer. Don't play Demon Reamer Raid, and don't buy them. Demon Reamer is bad at basically everything. So it's just never a good idea to buy Demon Reamer. Ever since they came out, they've been considered basically one of the, if not the worst raid character. Only ever beaten by like Esdeath, but now Esdeath has an awakening and has gotten buffed. So Demon Reamer is definitely the worst raid character that you can get right now, and it's insane. Don't buy Demon Reamer. The raid is horrible, the character is horrible for every game mode, and yeah. I'm easily putting him at F tier. It's the worst raid character that you can possibly get. Also, if you did not know, I'm gonna make videos on all the different limited raid characters right now and then rate them in the tier list. So that's gonna be like once a day, but in general, that's gonna be scheduled videos because I'm going to be away basically all of July. So that you guys know that it's gonna be scheduled, and I probably won't be able to cover the next update because I'll be gone for the most of the time. So that's a heads up for you guys. I'll just not be so active in July, I guess. But I'll try to make a big giveaway at 30,000 subscribers, as well as when I come back from my trip. So yeah. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Subscribe if you liked it, and see you in the next one.